I said it. I said things are gonna get worse. A few weeks ago, I sat here and told you guys that in Dubai, they are pushing out every African. And I told you guys that things are going to get worse. So right now, this is what is happening in Dubai. Every single day, police is waiting on buildings. They're actually dressed in casual. They are not dressed in police uniform. So you can't even be so sure if that is the police route down your building that is catching and checking everyone. I know so many Africans, the people that I know who are hiding in their rooms right now because they think that this whole wave is gonna go down and they're gonna stop checking on the buildings. Once again, I'm here to tell you that it's only gonna get worse. Kindly, Africans, pack your bags, come back to Africa, return on your own will. Don't be handcuffed. They are handcuffing you. It is not a good thing to be handcuffed. You spent a lot of money, you left Africa and you went to the United Arab Emirates. And right now, you might think like there is nothing for you to do in Africa. You might think like there is no way I'm going back home empty-handed. Some of you borrowed money. Yeah, I was one of those people. You borrowed money from friends. Some people sold their property, sold land, because they thought if they traveled to abroad, if they went to the United Arab Emirates, they would be able to change their life. They would be able to replace all those things that they have sold. And right now, it feels like there is no way I'm going back home empty-handed. It's only going to get worse. And from the news that is also heading so many headlines, the one coming from Kuwait, whereby I really don't like to comment about actual crimes, whereby a Filipino lady, apparently, she put a baby in a washing machine and the baby succumbed to that whole situation. That news is like every outsider versus Arabs. That's how it looks like. Because when you read the news, it is very controversial. That's why I'm trying not to comment about it. The Arabs are saying one thing, like she is a criminal, she did this intentionally, she needs to pay. And Filipinos and maybe Africans as well, they are saying that we need the camera footage. There has to be a camera in the house. There are always cameras. And indeed, there are always cameras. Let's look at exactly what happened. It's a whole divided situation. So you can imagine how they feel about outsiders. Anyway, back to the topic of whatever is happening right now in Dubai. If you are stuck, you're stranded, you don't know what is going to happen, you don't know what you're going to do, you are suffering, you're literally hungry in your bed space, you don't know where the next rent is going to come from. I want you to watch my previous video where I was telling what I did or what you can do when you return back to Africa. Like in order to be able to transition back into Africa, in order to create an income that is going to sustain you until you figure things out. Watch that video. I know it's mostly talking about farming, but there are some tips that are so unique to myself because I did everything from my own understanding and my own previous experience. I watched so many farming videos from other people who had left abroad, Dubai specifically, but most of these other people returned with money. So they had money, they have land, they built like structures to do poultry, which is not true for so many people that I believe I'm communicating to, or people that I relate to, people who share my story, people who are eventually going to come back from Dubai without money. So kindly watch that video. I know it was on a rush because I was busy, I was outside, and consequently I'm going to make other videos, maybe make them a little bit shorter, and so that someone can watch this one, try to understand the information, internalize it, and put another portion, just small bits that are easy, that are so palatable for a viewer who really needs this kind of information. I know it is very hard to transition. I should know because I myself am going through transition right now. But the things happening in Dubai, things happening in the United Arab Emirates, not just Dubai, are only going to get worse. Hiding in your bed space is not going to help. Spending more money to get a visa is not going to help because I told you earlier, the biggest problem is that Africans are being eliminated. There are so many Asians, so many Filipinos, Indians, Bangladeshi, Pakistanis, people with lighter skin, even some Africans from Algeria, Egypt, and Tunisia, you know, those lighter skinned Africans who are also coming in every single day from their countries and into the United Arab Emirates. And we have seen over time and time, we have seen that they prefer them when it comes to jobs. So if there is an option to get an Indian maid, trust me, they're going to opt for an Indian maid. If there is an option to get Filipino waitress, they're going to opt for a Filipino waitress. I remember the time when I was working at the gym, which was my first job in Dubai, where they didn't pay me. It was my first job. I was working as a receptionist at a gym in Bujman. And remember, my boss, who was Indian, he used to threaten me with this every single day. He would be like, you're not working hard. You know, every day I wasn't just a receptionist. I was also doing sales because I had to call up like members or like the list of members whose membership has expired, members who have probably left the country, like people who are no longer coming to the gym. I had to call them up every single day, like at least maybe 100 numbers, and try to convince them to come and resubscribe or, you know, come and subscribe. You know, some people actually come, visit the gym, they leave their numbers and they don't come back. So you have to call them and convince them to come and subscribe. So I was literally doing sales, and he used to threaten me every single day, like, you're not working hard. If you keep doing this, I'm gonna bring these Filipinos because they are better at sales. They would prefer them. Maybe it is true, and Filipinos are really good at sales, to be honest. When you meet a Filipino lady, they talk really fast, and I think they are actually good at sales. But he used to tell me this every single day. So every single day I was under so much pressure. I didn't want to be repressed by a Filipino. I needed this job, and turns out he wasn't even gonna pay me. He kept stringing me along in terms of making my residence visa. He didn't make my residence visa. I was renewing my visa in my own money. That was the time when people would still renew visas within the country. So I was renewing my own visa until I was like, I'm tired. I'm tired. I'm done with this. I had to flex with him to get my own money. I got it eventually, but I left. Maybe he hired a Filipino. I never went back from that point on. So they would prefer people with a lighter skin, period. Spending more money investing in the dream of the United Arab Emirates, in the dream of ever making it and making money, becoming Dubai based. I did that, and like renewing visas, skip that. Let's talk about the last minute when I was going to come. When amnesty came, I was full and ready to come back home. I had small money, really small money, and I was thinking, I was confused. I'm not very sure if I should go back home. I'm thinking, I don't have money. Where am I going back home? And I spent my money to make an ID. Actually, let me show you guys in today's video, because my bag is here. I always talk about my ID, but I never actually show you guys my ID. So today, my bag is here. Let me get it. Let me show you that, yes, I spent a lot of money to make the Emirates ID. My driving permit, Uganda. Here, this is the Emirates ID. So it was issuing date on the 2nd of October 24, expiry 1st of October 26. Let me cover my date of birth. You guys, I'm gonna also cover the ID number, I think. Maybe someone can find information about me using that, and I show you. I'm gonna show it upside down. Hold on, like this. See? So I literally spent the money that could have helped me a lot, money that I could have invested, money that I could have bought something like land in Uganda. I spent it on this piece of plastic because I thought, you know what? See my picture right there? That is me. Don't doubt. I know some people will be like, oh, that is not your ID. Yeah, that's me with my big cheeks. I spent my last money and I could have saved up. So don't waste your money. All those things that you're seeing are happening right now, and they're gonna keep happening. People keep tagging me, by the way. Apparently some people have really got the message and they know this is the girl that is talking about the United Arab Emirates. So people keep tagging me like on TikTok, and I appreciate the people that keep tagging me, because sometimes finding information is hard. The thing that I'm going to end this video with is gonna surprise some of you if you have watched up to this point. Is to some extent I'm happy of what the police or the UAE government is doing to clean up the streets to some extent. To be honest, Dubai was losing value really fast. I'm pretty sure it was losing value also in terms of tourism because there were too many people who are in overstay. Dubai is supposed to look a certain way. You know, when you think about Dubai, if you have never been to Dubai, that picture that you have, that's how Dubai is supposed to look. I mean, everyone that is in Dubai is supposed to be working or a tourist here to spend money, here to shine, look good. That is what Dubai is about. Everyone else is supposed to be employed and busy, not loitering, not sleeping by the metros, not just being girls on the streets selling their bodies, you know, working in the spa, also doing the same thing. Like, that is not Dubai. That is not what I think about. That is not what I want to picture when I think about Dubai. So to some extent, I'm really happy that they are cleaning up the streets. And I feel sad for my brothers and sisters, but I hope that my African brothers and sisters are gonna pack their things and come back home. Even if you don't do it today, at least put it in your mind that I need to find a way to leave this country very soon. Okay, that's about today's video. Kindly like my video, subscribe, comment, share. If you have any thoughts, you can leave them in the comments. If you disagree, please, I would appreciate the comments. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye bye.